All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We've got Kira in the top left side of a Ruby Rock for Team Liquid, Hero in the bottom right side for T1. And we are watching the Kung Fu Cup. Kira, always a pleasure to watch. I haven't had as many Hero games to cast in the last week or two, so I'm really curious to see what he's going to bring out for us. But I think it's an interesting matchup because Kira historically gets preyed upon by Hero. That being said, he is recently all over this matchup. Q is just, I don't know, he's figured some stuff out. I think having a bit more of an advantage in the late game now for Terran, even though, you know, they are sometimes still getting mauled in the mid game by the heroes and the Max Maxers of this world. I think knowing that, okay, we get to late game, Terran's in a really good spot is giving him a bit more confidence. At least that's what I feel is the reasoning for why he's looked so good in the matchup of late. Double gas opening for him, no scout for Hero. We'll still gate before gas, though. As you can see, this means you oversaturate on minerals a little bit. Gas first, usually a bit smoother if you're going to do this. But I guess if you're planning to go Cybercore on 19 anyway? But he's not. He's going to go Nexus before Core. This is just classic Hero. He doesn't optimize his builds that much. He kind of just does stuff. Nexus goes down on 20. Normally with like a no scout build, you'd go like 19 Nexus, 19 core. He's doing 20-20, which is okay. It was a decent year for like 2 months, and then COVID happened. No. I think I went to the Australian Open that year at the start of the year. It was a really nice start to that year. To be fair, I think being a gamer made that year a lot less bad for me than for a lot of other people. Kind of felt bad. Everyone be like, I'm stuck in home losing my mind. And I'm like, oh, my lifestyle hasn't changed that much. I am missing the social events, but I'm having more regular meetups with my friends to play games than ever. Hey, what's up, Zephyr? Thanks for dropping by. We are not casting this one live. It's best games. This is from Kung Fu Cup. So, I usually don't run predictions on these just because it would get abused. There's always someone who would go look up the results and get in there. I think doing gambling, even if it is just for imaginary internet points, it's always going to tempt someone to take advantage and steal everyone else's points. Now, you guys can bet between yourselves, but anyone who is able to use Google or has already watched this series, if they were managed to catch it live, they will have a bit of an advantage over you. All right, early blink for Hero. Second gateway is nice and fast. I love the quick second gate. A quick second gate just makes me feel so much more secure in this matchup, especially if it was a 2-gas build. Wouldn't mind kind of hidden behind the barracks there, just due to that pointy top bit. Stalker well positioned here, and Q is going to confirm that he knows exactly what's happening. This is blink. Grenade there. Oh, good move out for Hero. Catches him on the retreat. Oh, almost messed up there, but he does get the shot off. All right, so it looks like a 2 mine drop. Oh, actually, that's a 3rd Widow mine. Oh, triple mine drop. Big commitment. This one can go very well. It could go very badly as well. Step coming forward. Finally, Hero getting some vision on the map. Insanely fast third base. Really efficient build order. I think he may have seen that. Let's go to Hero's camera. Does it look like he saw that medevac? Stalker Sentry's closer to the natural than the main. He's sending a Phoenix out. I think he would have tracked the Widow mine drop otherwise. Ooh, if this boosts in... Oh, he's nearby. No, he knows where it could be coming from. He's waiting for it. Oh, man. Don't boost in here, Kua. Just wait with the medevac. When you see these stalkers, turn around, my friend. Turn around, Kua. Don't go for it. No, he's going to go for it. Uh-oh. Let's go back to everyone's camera. Already one Widow mine goes down. The 2 probes run in, and that, my friends, is a shutdown if I've ever seen one. Only 2 probes. The 3 mine drop, I really think you got to be prepared as a Terran to turn around if they're already in the mineral line. Just turn around. If you keep this mine drop available, this moment when the stalkers pressure you, that's what the mine drop does. The mine drop's job is not to do damage, it's to pin the Protoss at home. I really think every Terran player should have that as their mindset is, yes, you should look for damage, But it's okay if they're ready, you just pull back and you just hang out in the dead space and you come in later when the Protoss is distracted. Stalker's going to come in, and now this is very hard to deal with. Already a few SCVs going down. He has already used his blink though. Stalker's taking out one Marine, and he should be able to get rid of that depot. He could blink across this gap, but only if you blink a few at a time, I think. Oh, does lose himself a Stalker there. It's really awkward because only the ones that are standing like there and there, I think, can blink across easily. So you could either shift it to move them there and then blink, but they're probably going to miss blink a little bit. Ooh, I like this hallucination to spot the high ground. Does deny stim. At least a 30-second delay on that. It was not too far along. Marines trying to target the ready point one. Oh, the tank actually gets a shot off. One Stalker does go down. Other one surviving with just 3 hit points. Raven coming in. There's a battery there. Oh, the auto turrets aren't going to do anything. And that's a dead Raven. Only gets himself one probe. Really good for Hero. I feel like Hero's all over this game, guys. 2-to-1 trading. Third base is up. Charging +1 are almost finished. Kua Stim just started. I think Kua might already be dead in the water in this game. And that sucks to say, but triple Widow Mine drop going down like that, not good. The Reaper getting caught, not good. The Stalkers finding some pretty decent damage. Only 2 Stalkers have died. The Raven now going down. This is just everything is going the way of Hero. Now, luckily for Kua, he is playing Hero, and Hero is the Throwmaster. He basically, I am surprised he isn't playing in the National Baseball League of South Korea. As you know, situations like this, he might just crush and win it easily. You never know. Hero has never heard of hedging a bet. He's never heard about diversifying his investments. The man is a mad lad. He's going to blink in. Denies Stim. Oh, is this worth it? He gets rid of Stim and shields. So, cost for cost, he just lost 5 Stalkers for the Tech Lab, 2 Tech Labs. Tech Labs cost nothing. They're like, what are they, 50 minerals, 25 gas or something like that? So terrible trade cost for cost, right? There goes his whole advantage. But this gives him so much more room and time. And oh, Kua's drop gets caught. Okay, you just gotta leave this in this corner and forget about this till much later on. But this allows him to take a 4th base. And even though his splash damage is late, he's now got so much time to get splash damage, saturate a 4th mineral line, and you're gonna have a 2-base Terran moving out to take a 3rd base without Stim. Dude, you gotta start Stim. Dude, you gotta start Stim. Okay. Stim, shields, and concussive have now all begun. But there's about 2 minutes till he can push with that. And you can have double Robo, double Forge 4-base. If Hero finds a way to lose this game, it will actually be one of his biggest throws. This would be impressive. I think the 5 Stalker trade was good. Just because it takes away anything Kua can do. So it's you trade cost inefficiently, but it allows you to be so greedy behind it, you more than make up for it. Oh, double mine drop. Stalkers are ready. Try and find a way in. Just gonna unload here. Trying to stay active. Turret damaging the Prism in the main base. SCVs run away. Looks like the Widow Mine's got a Zealot and maybe 1 probe. Fire pulling back into the main base. No Stim for them. Marauder does go down. But that Prism survived. It actually recalled. Another SCV does go down. Hard to deal with these Zealots without Stim. Hey, your units are so slow, man. Does he get another Marine? He does! He gets another Marine! Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You're so used to having Stim at this stage. Oh, the Prism didn't recall. Sorry, it's still there in the corner. Medevac's tracking it. Worth sending the Vikings up there. Let's hope Kua manages to do that. Now, Hero, he's going double Colossus right now. He's denying the 3rd. And oh, you're kidding. If he just clicks that 3rd, he wins. That's game over if he clicks it. He's not clicking it. Hero should absolutely have got the command center here. But he got greedy. He got greedy. Hero, he does get rid of a few medevacs at a Widow Mine as he escapes. Zealots charging on their own. That's a blunder. That command center would have been so much higher value than the medevac or 2. I mean, still, there's only 1 medevac on the map. He's going double Colossus, which means every air unit you snipe is huge because Kua can't afford to replace them. But I'm looking at the supply and I'm remembering that Hero is the Throwmaster. He's so good at giving up advantages in this matchup specifically. Ask Maru about it. Maru knows all about thinking he's dead against Hero and then saying, wait a second, I'm playing Hero. Let's stay in the game. I know people are going to give me credit. Why are you so mean to Hero? It's just fact, guys. Watch his games. If you know anything about StarCraft, you've seen Hero throw 1,000 times. He's one of the best players at making comebacks as well. That's the kind of the fun dichotomy there, though. You put him behind, he's one of the best players you want in the player's seat when he's behind. When he's ahead, it's a mixed bag. He could still crush his opponent here, but the supply is dangerously close. He's adding immortals now. And the 5th base is fine, but why is he building cannons and batteries at his bases? Like, this is just... He should be hitting a timing and winning the game now with 2-1 upgrades. +1 armors finishing, he should be going for the win. This is, like, objectively just not him playing correctly. There's no reason for him not to be pushing hard right now. He's got a new prism, he's got 3 colossus, he needs to go, but he's only got 8 gateways for some reason. 2 more just now kicking in. He should have been at 12 gateways a minute ago, and he should have already been finishing Cure off. If Cure is able to max out and get enough Vikings to deal with the Colossus, I mean, the window was huge. You've got to go. Hero could still kill him now, but I mean, talk about trying to miss a timing. These guys are a bit far back. Okay, here we go. Cure's got to bring everything to the front. Let's see how these EMPs land. Bio comes forward, a couple of EMPs land on the Stalkers. The Bio trying to fall back. It's a lot of Marines. The Colossus focus firing. Dude, the micro for Cure was really good. He pulled back. The Vikings cleared the Colossus. Hero! I can't believe... I do not know the outcome of this series, guys. I do not know the outcome of any of these games. And yet, I could not have foreshadowed this anymore. I really did not think this would be the series where he does throw, or the game where he throws. I just wanted to give a bit more hype, explain that if anyone's going to do it from this position, it's Hero. But dude, he hit so late. He was so late and he wasn't maxed. That's wild. Oh, and now he's not adding Storm or Dark Templar. He's got a good upgrade advantage. He could still hit a 3-2 versus 1-1 follow-up timing, which will be so hard for Cure to defend. And I love him denying the base here. But like, you got to think about this and think, what's your next edge in this game? What is the next edge? And I think he's just going to keep building basic armies, which could work if he hits with 3-2. 2 Colossus come out. If he goes with those 2 Colossus and just mass Stalker Zealot, 3-2 upgrades, he should get a Sentry for Guardian Shield as well, would be game-changing. Oh, he's going to try and pick off some units. This is actually a good fight for Hero because there's just not that much bio. I think he should maybe back away after killing the SCVs, though. He might be going a bit too deep. 2-1. He's on 3-1 right now. +2 armor, not quite ready. Oh, it's good enough. He's just too far ahead. He's too far ahead. It doesn't matter. If he wasn't as far ahead as he was, this could have been difficult, but the planetary will go down. That Immortal really helping out with the damage, and the upgrade advantage is just too much. Cure has to tap out. Oh my gosh, Hero giving me a heart attack. Whew. But that's why Hero is exciting to watch, because you never know what he's going to do next. All right, guys, going into game 2. Cure, I thought after that amazing defense, I didn't think, he had like, what, 4 Vikings against 3 Colossus. I'm like, I think he's dead. He was down an upgrade as well, but oh, Hero's gonna do the 2-gate proxy in the middle of the map. Oh, and he doesn't build it right in the middle, because a lot of times people will like check just the middle area. So he's put it just off center, so there's less chance if the middle gets scouted, they might not see the 2-gate. Oh, we're just doing 1 gate. Oh, are we gonna? Is this? Wait, what? With a Max Fax build, you meant to have a pylon at home though. This is a Hesse Jimbo, almost. Hesse Jimbo, apparently it's like a trick shot in basketball, but I only know that because there's a guy on NA Ladder that basically just always builds his gateway in the most random spot, and then just his whole build is impossible to predict. Thank you so much for the biddies there. Lucky's on first, activating a hype train. Thank you for those watching live on Twitch being so generous today. Really appreciate the support. Obviously, we've had a lot of interruptions to my stream this year, and it's so nice to be back in the flow. Love you guys all so much. So we've got the SCVs being forced off the line. Q's got to fight this probe. I imagine we get, yeah, Zealot immediately, Cybercore at home. Okay, so this is like a Max Pax build, except he's a bit lower on probes because Max Pax actually builds the a pylon at home first, whereas I think this was a second pylon at home, right? Unless maybe I didn't catch that pylon go down. The point with this build is you can get a Zealot Stalker pressure going pretty early and get a Nexus up behind it. Command Center has already been delayed, which means it's vulnerable. And Cure did not SCV scout. Oh, yes, he did, but very late. So he's going to scout south, which means the Reaper will know it can head straight left, which means he doesn't see this gateway. He went through the middle on purpose, guys, to check, because Hero proxies 2 gates in the middle sometimes. This is a really good adjustment, but the Zealot does come in a little bit early. Okay, not too sure about that. He did pull the Zealot away before it did its second slice, so it only did 8 damage there rather than the second the 2 times 8. Zealot's going to go after the SCV, deny the mining time a little bit. Reaper goes after the probe, does get a little distracted. He's got to keep mining this. He's going to build a bunker. Kua doesn't have money for a bunker. He needs a bunker money. He needs 100 minerals. He doesn't have it. He's trying to build more Marines. The Reaper Marine SCV doing pretty well. He does not have a bunker. Okay, now he starts it, and he's going to have to just try and fight these Stalkers, which Nexus is on the way as well as the second gas. I think he can easily defend this Stalker. He's just got to make sure he pulls back the weak SCVs. Takes 4 shots to kill a Marine or an SCV, and pull back that weak Marine would be nice here as well. Kua is going to buy time for that bunker to build. This is a really good defensive setup so far. I think Kua's done a great job, and part of me wonders, should there have been a second Zealot? Should it have been 2 Zealots? Should he have not have shown the Zealot as early? But wait, he gets rid of the Marines. Only 1 Reaper getting inside the bunker, which means these Stalkers could have ran past there and gone for that SCV, but the command center's already done. Reactors on the way, as is a tech lab. And it seems like the scariest part is over. Now, Twilight comes down behind this hero, does need to build extra gateways. This pylon positioning is garbage because it has no production space. He's building his next pylon on the natural. Where's he going to build his buildings? Like, he can't squeeze any buildings at home. Hero, he's going to have to build all of his gateways here at his robo on that 1 pylon. And he doesn't even need a pylon yet. That's what's so funny about this. This pylon positioning is so bad with this build order. You can tell Hero is kind of just doing this build freestyle right now. Hasn't mapped out the tiny details yet. Even here, it doesn't have a lot of production space. He could build like maybe 3 buildings on this before he runs out of space. 4 at most. All right, Starport's on the way. First Cyclone's out. Adept will get taken out here. And the Reaper's going to try to jump in the main. Oh, Dark Shrine for Hero. Cheeky boy. Oh, you don't want it to get scouted, though. You do not want it to get scouted. He doesn't see it. He didn't see it. He did not see it, guys. Oh, that's huge. If it was anyone else, I might think the probe pull's a little sus, but I don't know. For Hero, that's kind of standard to just do stuff. 2 more gateways in a robo on the natural, as well as a shield battery. That'll bring him up to 3 gates, but you don't want this one to get depowered. I do think Hero should try to stay on the map just to defend that gateway. It's been scouted now, and I think Kua, he's like, yeah, it's too risky. I don't want to be out there, but does end up falling back. Supply drop for Kua, as he did forget his depot. He's got a tank out, second one building, second barracks there as well. Pretty close in workers to Hero, and Hero doesn't have a third yet, so it's feeling pretty good. The problem is always if you build a Raven and then send it across the map. Does start a Raven. Does he send it out? Because if he sends that out as the Dark Templar walk in, that's a tragedy. But if Hero goes immediate Dark Templar and runs them in, this is actually like terrible timing. The Raven is going to get there as the Dark Templar. Oh, you could not be more unlucky than this as Hero. Oh, man. Dude, that Raven is going to pop at the perfect... Like, you could not sync this up more if you tried. I think it was a Probe just tried to run in. Probe tries to run in, see if there's a turret or anything. And he doesn't run in with the Dark Templar. But leaving it outside the base... Oh, look at this. And he's waiting. Don't tell me he goes in now. Raven, 3, 2, 1. It pops. Okay, Dark Templar are waiting outside the base. He wants to wait for Kua to move out and then go in. Maybe drop in the main at the same time. Raven stays at home, though. Kua playing super safe. It's been... When your opponents open up with a cheesy start, a lot of Terrans just go into lockdown mode, and you kind of go, this guy's a cheeky bastard. He's going to do dirty builds. Let's not give him any more opportunities. Robo Bay blocking the gas a little bit. His base layout's awful. Finally, another this pilot should be in the open so we can build more buildings. But anyway, he's fine now for production space. Dark Templar goes in. It gets spotted immediately by the Cyclone, but Kua didn't notice. And Kua, very slow to react. Actually loses his Cyclone. The SCV manages to pull away from that, which is well done. And the Dark Templar, I don't think they're risking running in on the natural at the same time. Probably could have. Gets himself a few SCVs. The tank friendly fire helping out a little bit as well. Dark Templar does try to run in the natural. A little bit late, though. Gets himself just 1 SCV for that one. And this Dark Templar can't do anything. He's got to chill out now as the Colossus and Charge comes in. It's going to be a very late Forge for Hero. He finally takes that 4th gas. He's very gas-starved. And the Forge has just now begun, as it is a 3-gate going on 4-gate Protoss player. One of those gateways is still in the middle of the map. Pretty light on the production. Oh, okay. We've gone too deep. The Vikings popping. And he is, of course, going to lose the Prism and the Dark Templar. I do love the respect for Kua. Building those 2 Vikings. Just don't give your opponent room to screw with you. Very smart, very safe play. 4th and 5th barracks are coming in. Stalkers going across the middle of the map. Fun opening for Hero, though. He's made this game messy. He's got a really good work account. Third command center is just floating out. 15 worker advantage for Protoss. 3 more gateways are building. It's going to bring him up to 6, but remember, it'll be back down to 5 once this gateway in the middle of the map gets cleared. There's no medevacs out here just yet. The first 2 have just popped. They will come join Terran in the middle of the map. Stalker Zealot trying to look for some pickoffs. Vikings take a few hits there. Yeah, reclaiming this area, getting rid of this gateway always feels good as the Terran. Just feels like that just having vision, being able to warp in there is really annoying. Zealots will come in. No SCVs on the 3rd, though, so no really easy targets just yet. Uh-oh. Zealots now find the rally. We will see Cure pull back those SCVs and stim a few Marauders to respond. Actually ends up heading forward, though. Oh, that army's tiny. Dude, Hero doesn't have his second Colossus. No extended thermal lance, no +1. He's got a second Colossus now. Okay, this is the second Colossus. He should be able to roast these Marines, but he's not really hitting the center of the Marines. He's hitting an auto turret. That auto turret tanked like 3 Colossus shots. The tanks get a really good siege up position. Zealots do F2 in from behind. They don't really engage at all. They just take tank shots and go down. The Colossus trying to survive, but there's no anti-air. Those 2 Vikings. Dude, these 2 Vikings have ruined Hero. They got rid of the Prism and the Dark Templar. Now, there's no answer to them, so they're actually dealing with the Colossus way better than they otherwise would have been able to. And remember, there's only 4 gateways. Hero's floating money like mad because he never built enough gateways. Now he's building his gateways. But he should have had these up by the time this push came. Imagine if he had a few more Zealot or Stalker weapons, this might have been different. But no, QS sensed that he was weak. He saw that Hero was being a naughty boy. And now he's got a fully mining 3rd against a guy whose natural is going down. Down to just 4 gateways, no robo left. The natural is in jeopardy. Auto turrets keep on tanking that Colossus damage so well. And the probe's going to come in, Zealot flank from behind, but I think he defends that with the bio pullback. The probes all get roasted. And that last Colossus, the Marauders easily take care of it with the help of the Viking. GG, well played. Hero way too slow in his gateway explosion. You could tell the build order was kind of made up, was a little bit all over the place, but he was getting to a good spot. He just needed more gateways, and he needed them as quickly as possible. It's always hard. When you don't have extended thermal lance as well, the +2 range would have helped him roast so many more Marines with the starter set, but that's why this timing was so good for Cure. And yeah, I guess as this was happening with the micro, this is where things are intense. And this is where he actually needed to just build 3 gateways right now, and it would have been ready in time to help. All right, guys. We got Liquid Cure on the bottom left side fighting back in that last game. Despite a harrowing opening from Hero, putting him on the back foot, it's now going to be Tourmaline. And Hero advancing with a probe immediately. Wants to make sure he's not being proxied, as well as get in there and just harass. Lay the barracks if possible. Usually... Excuse me, burping into the microphone. What a professional. Usually this means they can't build the barracks here because you're there harassing and they build it back here. But sometimes Hero gets so eager to attack the SCV, he doesn't even block the barracks. He just lets them put it down. Now, you see, there we go. He blocks. Nice. So this means you just need to lift the barracks off, so it delays your add-on. It delays the next step. And now, get some damage on the SCV, and he rotates. And normally what you do here is you try to cut him off, but often you have to pull another SCV in a moment because as he gets to almost max shields, he starts fighting again. Oh, he attacks the depot. Bit of a misclick there, and that's a bit of a shame getting chased out of the base. He's going to try to go back up the ramp. Often the SCV tries to hide on the high ground, so he can intercept you. Remember, if you take damage, your shields stop regenerating. And that extra SCV pulling there to stop the shields, very well defended by Cure. Really well played. He just limits the amount of it. Hey, thank you so much, Zyos. World of Zyos. Thank you for the tip, mate. Appreciate you. So it is Cybercore before Nexus. All right, pretty generic opening here. I do always feel with this opening, I would love to see a player be ultimately greedy and go Nexus before Core 120. Which, because you've already lost a lot of minerals with the probe, means your Adept pops out so late. But I feel like the Reaper is often at home defending, and you can even send the probe back in. You can hide it over here or something. Coming in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds when the Reaper's halfway across the map and start attacking the SCV on the command center. Not as reliable anymore, since players do often build the command center on the high ground. Also, he didn't lift the barracks. He went straight reactor. What's he going to wall off with? Another depot, maybe? Interesting. Command center is going to go up on that high ground now. Nice and safe. As you can see, the Adept is out so because the barracks get so delayed. This is why I like Nexus before Core Heroes. Even though it's so late you're Adept, the Reaper's also late because you've delayed the barracks, you've been harassing his SCVs, annoying him. But if you want to send that first one across the map, you're going to need that second unit out. And here we go. Good micro. Führer doesn't need to put an extra worker on minerals. Stalker chasing after that Reaper. And the Adept will find an SCV. Can he take him out? Oh, I like that. Q is like, nope. Don't lose this SCV. Wait for the Marines. 2 Marines does not beat an Adept, but they outrange it by 1. So he could shoot the Adept a bit and try to get some build time. Oh! Oh, the SCV rotates to the wrong position. Okay, Q hops it off, hops it back on. It does luckily move to a safer area to build. The Q is a bit supply blocked right now, which means he is missing Marine production. He's about to start missing SCV production as well, so that's a really good disruption. Reaper gets back in, but Hero's done a very good job of getting down here. By the way, what is this? Wow, is that like a crashed mothership, guys? Wow, how have I not noticed this before on Tourmaline? There's a broken mothership burning, sparking wreckage on that right side of the map. The Adept just recalled home from the Cyclone, by the way, guys. Very good save. Nice, tricky save. That's so cool. Wow, shout out to the map maker. I haven't seen this one before. I feel like they would have had to make this themselves. Maybe it's already in the campaign or something, but that's very cool. There's also some other broken Protoss wreckage up here. I think it looks a bit more like a carrier or something, though. Depth shading forwards. Oh, good snipe on the Cyclone. That's a big catch. Cure. Oh, gosh. You are not meant to be out here anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, no. The probe comes in. Dude, look at that Chad probe. Tank's going to try to siege up, set up an ambush. But, dude, losing that Cyclone. He was trying to do a tank push, and this completely takes the teeth away from it. The only way this works out is maybe now a hero freaks out. Or not freaks out, but sorry, it underestimates the push, and then you move out with 2 tanks, and you still end up doing it. He's building a 3rd tank and a 2nd barracks. Dude, this is so bad for Cure. He wanted to be sieging up over there and rallying a 2nd tank in, but now he's forced to play defensive, and that means if Hero just gets a 3rd up macros, he's already got 3-gate blink, he's got a prism, he's in such a good spot. As long as he keeps probing and building pylons and forges and all that stuff, like don't overcommit to aggression, because there will be 3 tanks and a good amount of Marines there. Depth Shade's getting really good vision. Not many Marines in the main base. This tank's also a bit dangerous. If the Stalkers blink in, it does feel a little undefended, but he blinks there. Of course, this tank on the low ground will help support things. And for now, it's only 4 Stalkers. The other 4 are chilling at home. Proxy pylon over there. Repair. Cure, don't be losing this. Whoa. Okay, Hero's not gonna dive on it. He knows it's a bit too risky. Oh, the Viking lands and gets 4 probes, dude. Vikings are so insane. They do so much damage. Marines come forward, goes after the prism, forces the pickup. Only 1 Marine goes down. Great defense for Cure. You know, he's not too far behind. If he moved out with that push and got it shut down after the Cyclone was removed, then it would be bad. But as it is, okay, stim and shields are a little later because you built 3 tanks so early. Like, yeah. Haven't started our 3rd command center yet, but it's only 6 minutes. That's not unusual. I think he's in a very playable position. And Hero's worker production has been lethargic, to say the least. His Stalkers are doing bits of damage, though, which is going to allow Hero to transition really smoothly. He could have blinked north. Oh, Hero tried to get out of here. He could unload this. He could actually fight this, yeah. Because the tank left the main, which is a big mistake. So now Q has to pull SCVs. This was really greedy. Q is moving out the front, though. 4 tanks! He's not even waiting for stim and shields. Who pushes at 6.5 minutes with 4 tanks? Q is like, that's me, mate. Dude, is he bringing SCVs? No SCVs. If he gets a good siege up location, this could be massive. 4 Stalkers and an Immortal looking for the ambush. Q is in a weird spot. Stim and shields aren't quite done. Stalker's trying to blink around this army. He's going to catch a medevac, maybe. He sees it. He sees the medevac. Of course he blinks on it, but good boost to get out of there. Q is going to chill for a moment. 3rd command center does go down. Oh! Hero does a hero blink, loses 2 Stalkers there. You do not want to be blinking forwards when you know there's 4 sieged up tanks nearby, but name his hero for a reason. There might have even been 3 Stalkers went down because it says he's lost 4 total. I'm not sure when the others would have gone down. 2 Immortals are there. Third one building. Robo Bay on the way as well as +1. And Heroes. Third base still not saturated. So it feels like if Kua can just float this third out insta-saturate, he's not that far behind. Stim's done. Shields in +1 almost finished. Concussive coming in. 4th and 5th barracks on the way. I mean, it's playable. Hero is not really a guy who just builds amazing leads, you know? He likes getting trapped in a wrestling match with you, and sometimes Kua's ability to just slow down and disengage and not fight Hero where he wants him to, it can be big. Double Viking shutdown. Double Viking shutdown. He tries to snap recall. Is it enough? It should be. Oh my gosh, it was the 2 Marines! Those 2 Marines were still in range. If it wasn't for that, that would not have killed that. 4 Stalkers in a Prism, 10 supply, and like 1,000 minerals almost just wiped off the face of the map. Oh, damn. That was big. He's going to go Dark Shrine again. He knows there's no Ravens. That's kind of clever, but that's his extended thermal lance, guys. This is like, I told you to buy milk and bread and rice, like, you know, your staples. And then, you know, your partner gets back from the supermarket and they're like, but look, they had ice cream on special. And you're like, not necessary. That's kind of the Dark Templar. Don't remember, ice cream's lovely sometimes, but it very rarely wins games. And it does mean we're skipping the essential upgrade of extended thermal lance. It's gonna have 3 Immortals, 9 Zealots, 2 Sentries, no Stalkers, which means the Vikings are gonna have no answer. Oh gosh, this is a scary push. Kua, his first push gets completely foiled, but then he lets Hero overcommit into him. He lets Hero go too deep, too hard, and he snaps him. The Marines coming forward. Oh, good force fields. Those front Marines do get rinsed. The tank siege up, the Zealots fall back, but the Vikings get the Colossus. He's not even building more Colossus, which makes sense. I'd love to see a Disruptor, in fact, because that does have that long-range zoning power. He shows the Dark Templar. Oh no. Okay, Dark Templar have run it. I guess they've already run it on the other side. It's fine, it's fine. He did have a gateway on the other side. He's got Dark Templar rooting the SCVs. The Zealot Immortal will smash the tanks. The Immortals need to focus fire. The tanks, they're not doing it. He needs to focus the tanks. Okay, finally the tanks do go down. Hero might be back in this. He's just killed 12 SCVs. He did get scanned in the natural by the looks of it. 1 DT is still active on the 3rd. 4th base has survived for now. Can he defend this? He sends these 2 DTs across as well. This little ball of Immortal Sentry Zealot's kind of nice. Guardian Shield not able to be activated in time though. And Hero... oh, the Immortals hold the line so well. Marauder Viking is not good against Immortals, mate. Oh my gosh. Oh, you don't win friends with Salad. And in this case, you don't win against Immortals with only armored units. You got to have some light boys, some SCVs or Marines up front to allow that one to work. Hero has stabilized. He has survived. He's got 5 Immortals. When he's got 1/1 upgrades as well. He made +1 army. He's going to make new Colossi now, because some of the Vikings went down. Still no extended thermal lance, no Viagra for these big boys. They're going to have to carry the distance on their own. Thank you for the sub there. Fudge Dragon in the chat, we appreciate you. Feeling fudge-tastic, I hope. Oh, Dark Templar's going to go down. Dark Templar coming in from the left as well. He's just having a bit of a perv, this one is. He's like, if I don't move, they might not see me. All right, so multiple Colossus. I don't mind 2 Colossus, but like, yeah, okay, finally the Viagra upgrade is going to kick in. Okay, that's important. That's going to give +2 range to the Colossus. 2nd Forge, 25 worker advantage. You just got to survive. If Hero was running Zealots in right now, I honestly don't think Kua has an answer. He also needs a Sentry, no Guardian Shield right now. If Hero pulls his Zealots back and doesn't just charge in front of his army, I think he can do really well, but his Stalker count is a bit too low. 5 Stalkers now. I think now he can 2-shot a Viking with those Stalkers, which is really important to keep those Colossus safe. I don't know what happened to the Dark Templar. It looks like he did get spotted. Maybe he ran into the turret and died. Is Hero just bad at hitting disruptor shots, or is that why he goes Colossus? Colossus are considered garbage by most pros. Zaun is one of the few pros who uses disruptors a lot right now. They only do 100 damage and they take 4 supply. They don't one-shot any Terran unit. So even though they shoot a little bit faster, the disruptor's just not rated very highly by pro players right now. It's seen as a unit you can build 1 or 2, but relying on it is always very touch and go just because your maxed out army ends up being too weak. And the top pros are just too good at dodging. So all it does usually is zone a bit of their army out, which in of itself is not worth the massive supply cost. Good spready on the Zealot. He's going to go for it. Hero does take big damage from the first few Viking volleys, though. The Colossus are going to go down. One Colossus already falls. Second one gets a few shots off, but the Marauders tank the shots. The Colossus are gone. Now it's just a ball of Zealot Immortal. No Guardian Shields in here, guys. Oh, the Disruptor flank was huge. He does pick up the dodge, though. That dodge for Cure may have saved him. If he did not save all those units from that Disruptor shot, this would have been a disaster. That flanking Disruptor was epic. Zealots coming in, even more of them. It's 1-1 versus 1-1 upgrades. There's no more Storm, no more Colossus. The Ghosts are tanking massive amounts of damage. The Immortals need to focus the Marauders and the Vikings. And they do just that, but they get overrun. They get overrun at the end of that. Units lost have 5,000 in Cure's favor. Hero's still looking for the Hail Mary Disruptor shot. It's not going to happen, man. Stop trying to make fetch happen. He's got still a worker advantage of about 15, but these units should have got out of here already. What's he doing on the map with 2 Stalkers and a Disruptor? He's looking for the Hail Mary. He's hoping to catch Cure not looking. He hits the Ghost, he hits the Marauder, neither of them die. 8 supply of Disruptors go down just like that. Oh, he's trying to rebuild Colossus. There's no Vikings left on the field, but he's only got a single Robo. Does have a slight upgrade advantage right now as the 2-2 starts for Cure. He's got nothing but Stalkers, Alec. Can he hold on? Oh, EMP and Widow Mines are a brutal combo against this Protoss army. The Bio Ghost trading so well. I do love the disengage for Hero. He's on 5 bases against 3. If he can just buy some time, he might be okay. Colossus is in a very bad state, though. It does not want to be over there. But if he can get it over to this right side, that Colossus needs to join the army, bro. Hero showing 0 care for his Colossus. Finally, he groups it with his army and then moves his Stalkers forward. Gets himself, I think, another Ghost there. Oh, good blinkbacks. Really good blinkbacks. Gets himself a few units as well. And I think Hero's stabilized. He's on 5 base, so I think he might be able to just win from here. If he can just kind of, you know, not take a huge mistake. There is a 4th command center and 2-2s on the way. Like, Q has not got no follow-up, but he's got no 3rd base gas. He's only on 57 workers. Like, he needs this 4th base to go up with no interruption, get some more gases, or he will get overrun just from the fact that Hero's had a bigger economy for so long. That being said, Hero's only at 69 workers. It's not a 75 worker economy. It is just 10 gateways. There's no 3-3 upgrades coming in for him yet either, which means the upgrade gap will be closing. Hero would like to fight now with the upgrade advantage that he has. Double upgrade advantage is very nice. Zealot's running the left side. He's going to attack the front at the same time. Widowmine does fire the Stalkers, though. I don't know if he can fight these Libs, man. He gets himself 2 medevacs and blinks away. That's probably the smartest thing he could do there. Zealot's getting 5 SCVs. He shift clicks these guys and does get 6. Dude, that pull away for Cure. Wow, Cure doing some little bits of Clem micro there. Very well done. And Libs holding on the front. Base number 6 coming out for Hero in the top left side of the map. Now, Hero, his late game transitions usually aren't there. I don't think he needs them, honestly. I'd just like to see him transfer probes correctly. Something which Hero is pretty inconsistent with when he transfers probes. He kind of just does it randomly when he feels like. You can see his main base fully mined out for a little bit. He only just moves them. These guys still not mining. So the fact that he's only on 69 probes and he's not transferring probes as quick as he could, not the best. His 3-3 finally starts up. I'd love to see Storm. I haven't seen Hero add Storm in late game very much lately, though, and yeah, that's going to make it just a bit harder for him. 4th base going forward, like I said, Cure cannot have a delay on this. His main's mined out. Natural's mostly mined out. 3rd's going to be mining out pretty quickly with all the mules he's been dropping there as well. You can't attack with Storm. You'll constantly run into it if you chase. Yeah, well, he better go for a timing then. That's all then. If he's not going to go Storm, that's fine. He's got to hit a timing, though. He's building more probes, but he still hasn't transferred off of his 3rd, which means he's hurting his army supply for no good reason. Don't get me wrong, Hero still has the advantage, but he needs to be a bit more clinical. And right now, I'm seeing anything but clinical. He's lost all of his sentry energy before the fight starts. The Libs are doing a really good job of zoning. Q is way behind in supply. Hero has to just go. Hero cannot waste any more time. He's way ahead, but the upgrades just evened out. And that's why he's kind of like, should I go? But he's got to go now because Q is catching up in supply. He's so far ahead in army supply, so far ahead in overall supply. He's got to just A-move this base, blink in, focus the Libs, or go around the planetary. But he's got to make up his mind one way or the other. Zealots coming in right now, getting cleaned up for, like, what was that? 5 Zealots for a Marine? 1 Marine, 1 Marauder. Great trading there for Cure. Can Cure defend the planetary? I think attacking to the planetary is probably the worst angle. He probably should have moved his whole army around to attack from elsewhere. Oh, good disruptor shot. Good. That was a big juicy. Lots of Marines getting cleared out. Who knows? Maybe Kua thanks him for that, as he'll be able to build more Ghosts and Marauders. But I don't know. I think right now, you're this far from max, you want every unit to survive. The hero's got to get a move on. Because remember, Terran has amazing late game on this patch. You can't waste time. You've got to go. You got to go now. He could hit this from here with Colossus if he wants. He can push into this base where there's no planetary. But he's got to be trading, and he's got to be trading as soon as possible. Gets a few more Marines there. He doesn't have a forward warp in point. The warp prism he left behind in the middle of the map. He does have a gateway nearby. But remember that he just lost the pylon down there. He's got to repower that. That disruptor shot did damage a bunch of these ghosts. Hero not maxing out, and he's wasting time. So he's going Blink DT, and this is the thing. People say, you know, like this is the thing. Guys in chat were saying, well, you can't attack with Storm. You just chase into it. I agree, but he's not attacking, and he's going to need Storm if he wants to play a longer game and go Tempest. He's got to get going. There really is a very fierce timer in PvT, and I think Hero, that time, is it going to slip away? Oh, Disruptor doesn't get close enough. I'd love the Colossus to go over here. He can hit those SCVs, but I don't think he's played the map enough to know the Colossus can clear that mineral line. Ooh, Colossus takes a volley, but a Viking does go down for it, as does a Stalker. Why does Terran have really good late game? Well, Terran's always had really good late game, but now the Storm, it does less damage, and the Ghosts have 25 more hit points. So Ghosts are stronger than ever. Libs en masse also siege up really fast, which is really good in endgame. Hero baits the fight. All right, let's see what he can make of it. Oh, those EMPs were brilliant. And I like that Kua doesn't chase. He just picks off a bunch of units and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to chase. Like, that's fine. We're all good. Mass Dark Templar comes in, but it's sloppy. It's a sloppy Dark Templar blink. Oh, no. Hero goes for a sloppy Dark Templar blink. He does get the planetary. I can't believe it. He loses like 10 DTs, though. Dude, he just sacrificed so much. He's down 10,000 in resources. He can't cover his Colossus against the Vikings, which means all of his splash damage is going down. He's got one Robo, no Storm. He's got no splash. He's got a single disruptor. One Robo, no Storm. This is what I'm talking about. You need splash damage if you let the game go long enough. Oh, good disruptor. Gets 3 Marauders. But is that enough? I'd love to see the Prism save that disruptor. He's got 11 gateways. He's got 1 Colossus about to come out against the guy who's already got 5 Vikings. Kua's army is so scary. Hero just threw away so many units to kill a 4th base. Kua can just float a new command center over. He's way ahead in these trades. Hero committed way too hard to break that position. Good disruptor shot again. Kua taking a few balls to the chin. Kua's got to be careful. You can't be doing it like that, Kua. Then again, the rest of his fight is perfect. Does it even matter? The Zealots do nothing. It's 3-3 against 3-3. There is no upgrade advantage for Protoss anymore. The Colossus Stalker Zealot army really falls off at this stage where there's an abundance of EMPs, lots of medevacs, even though their juice now finally is running very low. And you've got equal upgrades. It is a point where when the Protoss up in upgrades a bit, up in the army momentum, the basic army with a bit of Colossus support looks very scary, but once you get to this stage, you better have some backup, whether that's triple Robo Disruptor or Storm or something like that, so that you can quickly rebuild some defensive splash damage to slow down these counterattacks. I think DTs was a great idea, but I would have loved to see them go around into the natural, into the main, or pull the main army out of position a lot more before they went in. To lose all the DTs straight away was just so expensive, and Hero very wasteful with his armies in this series. I think he could have broken him earlier. I think this planetary getting up for Kua was huge, because Hero felt like he didn't want to go all the way around, and he dilly-dallied, and I think he really let Kua close the gap on supply, on upgrades, and a few of those timings just slipped away from him. He could have gone 16 gateway and committed much harder on the 3rd earlier, and I think he would have been just in such a good spot, but Kua turtling it out here, and really doing incredibly well. Dark Templar warping in on the left side. Stalker's active on the right. This is Hero. Of course, he's going to keep building probes. He's going to stay in for a few more minutes, but he's going to need crazy Dark Templar damage to make this work. And to be fair, that's a very good start. Takes an EMP, but he blinks away, gets out. I think just taking a long time to transfer his probes was also a pretty big issue from there and the main base. These things stack up. He was kind of mauling Kua for a while there in the mid game, but Kua's building the better late game army, and this is something where PvT is quite unforgiving if you're not able to leverage your mid game advantage, because there's that turning point where I kind of think of the way Protoss is playing against Terran at the moment with the Zealot Stalker Colossus army as like playing Mass Roach, where it's like you need to be very aware that the longer the game goes, the worse your army gets, and there will be a point where that Mass Roach army that was so scary 5 minutes earlier, or that Zealot Stalker Colossus army, it becomes hot garbage. It just does not stand on its own once you get to the late game. And, you know, once the upgrades are even and the ghost count is immense. Ghosts are such a strong front line. The bio, pretty good spreadies. Disruptors are going to go down. Bio up north there. The Zealots trying to come in and actually taking a surprisingly good fight on the south, but Vikings take care of the Colossus. There's still a bunch of Marine Marauder up the top side. Dude, this is shockingly kind of close, I guess, because he's fighting a Nexus rather than the enemy units. That was a really awkward fight for Cure. I did not like that. He's trying to rejoin the Medivacs with the new army coming over. Oh my gosh, Cure, what are we doing? Don't do this, no! Oh my gosh, Cure, oh no! He's losing Medivacs, Bio, no! Is he actually going to let Hero back in this? Only one Medivac on the right side escaped. It is full. This is crazy. Why was Cure waiting? I think he was waiting, just fixing his macro, making sure his basics were set up, clearing his 5th base, and I think he was also making sure his Medivacs had a little bit of time to regenerate energy. One of the biggest mistakes you can make as a Terran is trying to force the game. Oh! Big disruptor shot again. He keeps taking it, and he's not microing very well. This is like Cure. I'd say this is some of the worst disruptor dodging I've seen from Cure, in the mix of him doing so many other things very well. But yeah, if you push when you don't have Medivac energy, your army can get wrecked. Zealot Dark Templar coming forward with the sentry as well. Ooh! SCVs there as well. Zealot Stalker DT trying to get a lot of SCVs down. Stalker's coming on the left. He's going to throw disruptors in the middle line. Oh my god, that's adorable. I think he should recall the disruptors though, or they will get chased down. Dude, Hero making this game so messy. How the hell is he doing it? And remember, it's really hard to defend all the expansions on these new maps. A lot of them, you're very spread out. Stalkers catch the Medivac down there as well. Dude, what am I looking at right now? How is Hero making a game of this? I mean, it's partially the fact that Q is not able to dodge the disruptors and his Medivacs are permanently out of juice. Another good disruptor shot. I can't believe Q is taking so much damage. Dude, I feel like a Dark Templar weapon would be nice, but he doesn't have any gas left. There's so many Marines at the rally point. Hero fighting like a beast now that they're in small-scale skirmish mode. But it's a bit too little too late. His supply disadvantage is too much. He's got a base down there and a few minerals that aren't being mined elsewhere, whilst Kua has half a base, a full base, and that's all he needs. I love that Hero made this so messy, man. Once you get to a 5th base, you do get a bit more spread out. I do wonder also if there's room for him to sneak prisms in the back. Probably down this left side when he was trying to break the front. Imagine if a prism got in the back and did a big Zealot warp in when Kua was at like 150 supply and Hero was close to max. And then he attacks down here at the front at the same time on the 3rd. Those are the situations where it's so hard for the Terran to have the Marines behind the Marauders, land the EMPs, split the army correctly. And those are the sort of things where Hero could afford to trade somewhat inefficiently to finish this game, but not 16,000 resources inefficiently. That's just, ugh, far too much. EMP to make sure there's no recall. Little does he know, Hero has no money to recall with. No army left on the map. Dark Templar got scanned there, did blink away in the middle. I love that. He goes straight back in with it, trying to be as annoying as he possibly can. The Zealots bait the Marine stim. Dark Templar's here. There's a Stalker down here killing the turret to open up the avenue for future Dark Templar. This Dark Templar baits another scan and blinks away. But there is a missile turret there now. The Marine count is massive because the gas count has been very low. This is hilarious. Hero not leaving after seeing that army is just BM. Hey man, you never know. You never know. And like, the thing is, I think he can sense that Q is a bit like tilted or thrown off because he keeps eating really like unnecessary bad disruptor shots. So like, yeah, his splits have not been there in this game. So like, you can see why Hero's kind of like, dude, he's not playing perfect by any means. He's making dumb mistakes constantly. Who knows? Maybe I get like a few big disruptor shots. We're back in this. Like, is it likely? No, not at all. But you know, there are points when your opponents had a really rough day. They're tired. They didn't sleep well last night. Their girlfriend just broke up with them or something. I don't know. You know, they're just not fully focused. And even top pros can make crazy mistakes. We have seen insane. He just threw another disruptor from behind. That disruptor, 24 kill disruptor, finally gets punished. There's a Dark Templar on the army as well. DTs and disruptors are the ultimate noob slayers. This used to always be my go-to. If I was down like 80 supply against a Terran and I was playing Protoss, all I would do is run by Zealots and just try to sprinkle DTs all around the map and just make as many disruptors as I could. And it was all just about throwing enough problems at the Terran to overload them and make them panic, and then they're not looking, and a disruptor lands in the middle of the army and kills everything. Hard to do that against Cure, but Hero was actually getting it pretty damn close. GG, well played. I think that the big misstep was when he had that massive advantage. I think we go to about, what, 17 minutes maybe? Pretty action-packed early game. So this fourth is coming up. I do think his 3-3 could have started early. He might have had a 3-3 timing. He probably could have hit a 2-2 versus 1-1 timing a little bit more. But yeah, I think at this point, he should have tried to get a Prism down the left into the main, warp in 10 Zealots there, and then attack the front at the same time. And even here, I wouldn't have minded him actually fighting a bit better here. Problem with doing this hold position in a ball is they can just EMP your whole army. Now you can't fight for the next minute until you regen energy and shields. If you actually committed here and started just going in, your Zealots naturally spread themselves out. Your Stalkers could blink in, pick off the libs, and you just control click your Colossus and you just walk them in and you just try to shift click the Marines and Ghost down. You just say, don't, as long as they're not shooting Marauders or Command Centers, you're going to take an okay fight. Why? Because you're up in army supply, especially if you're warping in more Zealots here, and that would just be really, really nice. So I think that would have been good. I love that he had the gateway down here. I would have loved for him to build another gateway on the left so we could warp in on both sides. And yeah, I think this was the kind of period, 16 to 18 minutes, where Hero wasted time and let Cure catch up. And this was just a huge... This is the moment where, with everything he'd set up all game, the massive mineral advantage, all these bases mining, only 4 gases, you want to trade out and you want to go soon. But he just didn't do it very elegantly. It felt like Hero didn't have a lot of... he didn't realize that he's on a timer. He played this as if this is a real good long-term army, and you just can't do that right now. Even with Cure missing as many dodges as he did in this series. GG, well played anyway. Hats off to Cure. He does win it, and I'm so happy to see him beat Hero, because it is so very rare that Cure beats Hero. Hero is normally his kryptonite in this matchup, but where there's a will, there's a way. GG, well played.